Hey YouTube, before I talk about this Beretta px4 Storm, I want to rant about something that's really been breaking me down lately, and that is the stupidity and ignorance of a lot of people. I've been noticing on a lot of businesses, restaurants in particular, signs on the door that say no firearms allowed. Now, to me, that says we don't support the Second Amendment or the Constitution, but we want your money, but we don't care if you're able to protect yourself or not in our establishment. I've noticed this on Outback Steakhouse, Buffalo Wild Wings, several other places, and I wish I could remember them all so I could name them for the 20 people that are going to watch this video. I think we ought to boycott them. Now, I'm not a terrorist, I'm not a mass murderer or a lunatic, but if I was, that's the sign I want to see. I want to see that on the door of a place I'm fixing to go in and shoot up. I want to know that nobody in there is able to protect themselves. Nobody in that building can defend themselves because we don't want any law-abiding citizens bringing a gun into our business. That is the most stupidity. It's just stupidity personified. It's ignorance. It don't make any sense to me. I don't know if they think that a terrorist or a lunatic mass murderer is going to walk up with the intent on doing something stupid and see that sign and turn around and walk off. I guess that's what they think. So when I see that stupidity, I do one of two things. I either turn around and walk off, and I'm not going to do any business with that anti-constitutional establishment, or I'm going to take my gun in anyway and they can kiss my rear end. That's all I do. Most of the time I walk off, and I think that's what every gun owner, or even if you're not a gun owner, if you're a fan of our Constitution, you should turn around and walk off and not do any business with these communist, terrorist supporting businesses that are all over the country and seem to be popping up more and more. So that's my little rant on that. But if I'm ever looking for a place to rob or do something crazy, I want to see that sign. I want to know nobody in there is going to be able to stand up and take me out. I want to know I can go in there and take my time and to do all the destruction I want, and nobody can do a thing about it. That is how stupid people are getting in this country. But that's enough about that. The main thing I wanted to talk about was this Beretta px4 Storm subcompact. This, first of all, it is unloaded and safe. This is a freaky looking gun, and that's all you can say about that. It's wild. It's Italian. It's crazy looking. Now there's one thing on this gun that it has that I would have never bought one if it wasn't for watching YouTube videos. I watched a YouTube video by the Yankee Marshal, I believe it was. He had the title, he has the word Yankee in his title, so I almost didn't watch it just because of that. But no, I'm just joking. He's got a pretty good channel. I've watched his videos. I subscribe to him. But he did a video on his px4. I believe his was a full size. But you can turn this into what Beretta calls a G model by changing out these decocker levers. These decockers stick out really far. That's one downside. The main downside, though, is when you decock this weapon, the levers stay down and it is now in safe mode. The trigger's dead. It won't do anything. So you have to pop them back up. You see the red dot. So now you can fire it in double action mode for the first shot. But Beretta offers these levers in a low profile where they won't stay down. You decock it, they'll automatically pop back up. You can't make them stay on safety. So knowing that is the only reason I chose to pick up this gun. Because if it had a safety, I don't want it. That's a death sentence for anybody that carries it. And I don't need it, and I don't want it. But the levers do away with the safety, and they also are low profile because these stick out terribly bad. And that makes this gun probably close to 1.5 inches wide right here at the widest point. Well, that does away with that, so you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I believe the kit from Beretta is around $60, so that's not terrible. But this gun holds 13 plus 1. The fit and finish is 100%, just like all Berettas. You have to like Beretta if you're a gun owner, no matter how you feel about the M9 and the Army using the M9. Beretta has been around for 500 years. They're not only the oldest gun manufacturer in the world, they're the oldest company of any kind in the world. One thing this gun has that I don't like is one mag. They're both 13 round mags. One of them has this floor plate with a pop down pinky extension, so you can get 3 fingers on the grip. That's not too bad in itself, but I've noticed in shooting it that this mag has 2 sharp points on it that stick down below the grip, and they dig into my palm when I was shooting it. So if I do keep it, I will change that back to the regular floor plate, which also sticks out a little, but it never bothered me. So I don't need my pinky on a gun. I see a lot of videos about people harping on the pinky on the gun. That makes no sense to me. But I don't need my pinky to shoot a gun. If you do, you're not going to like this. You might like this one, but you're not going to like this or any other gun that's easy to conceal. What you're concealing is this grip on any gun you're trying to conceal. It don't matter how long the barrel is. The grip is what you're trying to conceal. If I was just going to take this gun out and put 10,000 rounds at the range, I would rather have a full-size gun. But I'm talking concealed carry, and this is the concealed part of concealed carry. I noticed some people, I have a Glock 26 here, it's also safe. A lot of people will take these Glock 26 and 27s and other small concealed carry handguns and put a finger extension floor plate on the mag. All you're doing is making the grip of this 26 or 27 the same length as a 23 or a 19. Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to carry the 23 or the 19 and get the extra barrel length and the extra sight radius and the extra rounds that the magazines hold. I'm not going to try to make my 26 just as hard to conceal as a 19. That's ludicrous in my opinion. That don't even make any sense, but that's what people do. Them same people probably put the stickers on the door of Outback Steakhouse. But I started out complaining about this video, and I done made myself mad. I apologize for that. Back to the Beretta. Now, this Beretta's freaky looking. It's Italian. It looks completely different than anything else. Some people love it. Some people hate it. When I first saw it, I wasn't a big fan, but it's kind of growing on me. It's kind of like an ugly baby. If it's your kid, you kind of think it may be the cutest kid in the world and want to get him on a baby food label. But everybody else that sees it just smiles and gets out of sight and laughs and pukes. So, if you like it, you love it, or you hate it. I don't think there's no in between. But it's kind of growing on me, and I can tolerate the looks. I'm a fan of the double action, single action. The fit and finish is 100% just like any other Beretta I've ever owned. The Nano gave me some issues with the functionality, but I could have worked through that. I just chose not to. And who knows, I may end up with another Nano one day. But if I decide to keep this px4 Storm, I will change these decockers, do away with that safety. That's step one before I'll ever carry it. I'll put another 200 or 300 rounds through it. The rounds I put through it so far were flawless, and they were my reloads, and I hit well with the double action, single action system. I'm a fan of that. So the Beretta right now is a keeper. It may do something to change my mind. Fully loaded with 14 rounds, it weighs 4 ounces more than the Glock 26, which holds 11 rounds. So you get 3 more rounds of capacity. It's kind of a heavy gun, it's kind of a chunky gun, but it can be concealed. This px4 Storm's been around for about 10 years. The subcompact's been around since 2010. You can get it in a 9 or a 40. The compact, which is a little bigger than this, you can get in a 9 or a 40, and then the full size you can get in a 9, a 40, or even a 45 ACP. Now that's a big 92 or M9 size gun with a polymer. It's a fiberglass polymer mix, not like the Glock. This is real smooth. The fit and finish is just 100% on the Beretta, and that's all you can say about that. You can't condemn the fit and finish even if you think the gun is ugly. But I will do more videos on it if I keep it. Like I said, if you see this gun again in a video, I will have several hundred rounds through it. This decocker safety will be changed. It'll be what they call a G model with no safety and without the levers that stick out like that ugly baby's ears do. So there will be more to come on the Beretta. So far so good. Thanks for listening to me complain. Thanks for watching my video. Good day.